Hey guys, it's Julie and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at some of my favorite makeup items of 2023 so far. So if you guys did not know, which if you're already subscribed, you probably would pick up that I am a huge advocate for just makeup, for beauty, for literally everything. And whenever I see something on TikTok or see something on social media and it's being really hyped up, I am very easily influenced and I get the product. So therefore, I've tried a lot of makeup in the past couple of years, but specifically, I found a lot of good ones in 2023, and there's a lot of makeup pieces trending right now. So I'm going to be going through my favorite makeup items of 2023. So we're going to start at base and go all the way to mascara kind of thing. So we're going to start with our base items and we're going to move our way up. So anyways, let's go ahead and let's start going through some of my favorite makeup items of 2023. So the first thing we're going to be starting off with is our foundation base. Now I'm going to be ranking these in 3 levels: our coverage, our price, and our consistency. So consistency being does it actually crease, does it make your lashes full, etc. like that. Price on how much it was and if it's worth it or not. And we're also going to be doing consistency. So first is our e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I've seen this all over TikTok. I've seen this all over social media, just in general. And for the longest time, I didn't try it because I thought maybe it'd be too sheer for my skin, wouldn't be able to cover enough. But if I'm going to be completely honest, this is totally worth it. I believe it's about $16. That's where I got it from Target. So it is a little bit on the pricier end, but it is a big bottle. And the consistency is pretty thin. So when you put it on your skin, it does seem a little thin, but once you blend it out, it surprisingly helps fill everything. And when I mean that, I didn't think this was gonna make me look like I had a filter on. It literally looks like you have a filter on when I put it on in the morning. So I'm super impressed with this, and the consistency does happen to crease within 8 hours. I wear this to school and I noticed by 6th or 7th period it does start to crease and get a little thin. So that's the only downside I really have about this foundation that I use as a concealer. But to be honest, it is pretty good, has a good consistency, and it is very smooth. The powdered girlies, we're going to be taking a look at the L'Oreal Paris powdered foundation. Now this was viral a couple months ago on TikTok, and a lot of creators showed it as literally a filter, just like the e.l.f. that I just showed you guys. I have actually used this since I saw it come out on TikTok, and I've actually repurchased it 3 times. So it is very, very impressive for a powdered foundation, and I never tried one before at this point. I've always used liquid concealers. Now for consistency, once again, it is a powder, so it's not as dewy looking. It's more matte. And then for the price, I believe it's $10. It's not bad at all, and this has lasted me since November, and that's kind of gross. You should probably buy new makeup, but it has lasted me a long time, and I have gone through 3 of these. They do also have a very huge color variety, so unfortunately for the e.l.f. there's only a selection of 6 different shades, but for this one there's a huge variety. For our coverage, I would honestly say that this is a solid 8 out of 10. If you put it on and you just kind of powder it in, it does stay on. It does not crease, for me at least. That's all different skin types, but for me it doesn't crease by the time I am done with school. And also it does blend pretty well with if you use a liquid blush instead of a powder. It blends together pretty decently compared to some of the other powdered foundations that I have seen. This one is for any of the girlies that want to keep their pores nice and clean, and they also may struggle with acne and want to find something that has ingredients in it that won't clog your pores. So this is the NYX Total Control Pro. This is a liquid dropper foundation or concealer, however you want to use it. I use it on my forehead sometimes when I have acne that looks kind of bad, and I may have pictures that I need to take or something, and I don't want it to exist there forever, so I will put it on. Now for consistency, I would say it is very liquidy. You definitely have to shake up the bottle every single time that you use it, or else you will get a lot of oil. I'm not sure that this product has a lot of oil in it, or gets really thin if you don't shake it up. I mean, I think it's like that for a lot of other liquid foundations, which I do not use a ton, but for coverage, I would say it is decent. It is pretty decent, especially for being a foundation that is supposed to not clog your pores. I mean, clearly it's not like if you're putting on concealer and letting it sit and then like blending it all out and it makes you look like you have a filter on, but it definitely does help block out all of your dark spots, acne spots, whether you want to use it under your eyes or on your forehead or just in certain spots, which most of the time I do use in certain spots. So like I will put it on like somewhere on my chin if I have like a pimple or like just a dark spot, and I'll let it dry for about 3 minutes and I'll blend it out, and it works pretty well. So this one definitely has to be one of my favorites for acne and pore safe foundations. Next, we're going to be looking at bronzers. Now, I am not like a bronzer like person. Like, I am not always going to put on bronzers, but recently I've seen a lot of stuff trending where you mix bronzers or like liquid bronzers with your moisturizer in the morning, and then you put it on and it helps you look tanner. Now, I've definitely done this, and the only thing that I've actually done this with and that I've used is the Glossier Solar Paint, and this one is the color Ray. I absolutely love it. It's like my holy grail. I have tried to use like my friend's Drunk Elephants. I have tried to use some Maybelline like kind of stuff, and it's just not as like favorite as this. This one is not necessarily going to give you like shiny, like kind of like the bronzing drops from Drunk Elephant do, but this one definitely gives you a tone, but it's not over the top. So I love this one. I mix it with my concealer every morning. The consistency is almost like a concealer. It is, you know, it has like one of these kind of brushes. It's almost like a concealer. It goes on pretty well. The coverage, I mean, I can just put like 2 little like things on my hand, mix it in, and it covers my entire face with my concealer. So my moisturizer. It does go a long way. I have had this one for a hot minute and it is still like basically full, and I use it every single day. So a little bit definitely does give a long way. Now, I did get this one from Marshall's, so it was only like $7.99, but I will pop it up over here how much it is on the Glossier website. Anyways, let's go ahead and let's move into our next section. Next we have is highlighter. I absolutely love highlighter. I used to like hate it and not use it all the time, but I have grown a love for a highlighter. Now, this one, you guys are probably gonna guess which highlighter I like right now, and it is the Jumbo NYX Stick. Now, I've been using the Jumbo NYX Stick for a little bit over a year now. I used to not use highlighter, I used to hate it, but the Jumbo NYX Stick has actually given me a like very bright like area in my face. So I use it on the tip of my nose and sometimes in the corner of my eyes, and the consistency is really good. It's like a cream, and then when you blend it in, it stays. Like, if you want it to be obnoxious, it can be obnoxious, but if you want it to be kind of low and just, you know, blend in with your other makeup, it will. It literally will. This is my holy grail. It is easy. It's tiny. Like, it's literally the size of my hand. You can travel with it. They also have like the smaller sized ones, which those ones you can like shave down like a pencil and you have extra inside. So I absolutely love this, and the price is I think $11.99 last time I bought it, and it is so worth it. It lasts me such a long time and I use it every single day. Looking for something a little bit on the more like blended in, just a little bit of glow with your skin, then definitely I would go for this Wet n Wild Mega Highlight Stick. Now, I have had this forever. Like, I have bought this I think 3 times. I have a ton of different shades, and this one is just more of like a pinky, like neutral tone, so it is not as bright and like gleaming as, I don't even know if gleaming is a word. It is just not as bright as the Jumbo NYX Stick. So if you wanted to blend in a little bit more, then I highly suggest this one. This one is in the color 800. When the nude strikes, I've had it forever, and just if you want a little bit, like just a day, like not too bright, not too much, this is definitely something that I suggest, and it is only $5.99 at my local Walgreens, so it is literally just drugstore makeup, and it works perfectly fine. Next, we're going to be talking blush, baby. So, my number 1 in blush right now is currently the Rare Beauty blush. Now, Rare Beauty has gone viral over all social media platforms, and people absolutely fell in love with it, and because I am so easy to convince to get stuff, so did I. I got it, and I didn't know it was going to be super overrated, but I absolutely love this blush. Now, it is a little bit on the pricier side. I remember I get it at Sephora, and it is a little bit on the pricier side, but it does come with so much product in a bottle. like so much. I've had this one since before Christmas and it is not even like close to being empty at all. There's so much product inside of one tiny bottle and it blends out so well. I'm actually wearing this blush right now and I use it with a makeup brush to blend out. I don't use a beauty blender, I use a brush and it goes on beautifully and it helps make like my nose like look snatched too, because I put a little bit here and then I put a little bit on like the bridge of my nose and it helps it look so snatched. I absolutely love this blush. This one is in the shade Encourage and it is by far my favorite. The consistency of this product is almost like a concealer and the coverage is amazing. Like sometimes even a little drop will be too much because it is just so pigmented and so beautiful. And as I said, it is a little bit on the pricier side, but it is definitely worth it. Our second blush on this list is our Milk Blush. Now, I have seen so many people have so many different opinions on this because this one is for your lips and you can use it on your cheeks, but I've only used it on my cheeks. So, I absolutely love this shade. I'm pretty sure this is like Burnt Rose or Burnt Brick, one of the two colors. But it is great. I mean, I have used it multiple times. I used it before I got my Rare Beauty blush, and sometimes I still go back to Milk makeup. This is definitely great for traveling because as you guys can see, it is very small and it is so easy just to twist open the top, put it on your cheeks, and I even rub it in with my fingers because it is so easy. The consistency is so smooth. It's almost like a cream and you can literally just rub it out and it blends into your skin perfectly. And it really goes well with other bases like your concealer and your foundation. This is a little bit on the cheaper side. I did get this one. This was on sale, so it was literally like $8.99. It was pretty cheap, especially for blush from Milk. And the consistency, as I said, is like a cream, and I think the coverage is pretty good. It is definitely a little lighter than the Rare Beauty, so you may have to put on even like 2 swipes of it or just a little bit more in general. But if you're a person that doesn't like having their blush really noticeable and just want to add a little bit of color to your face, I feel like this is perfect. Now we're going to be talking eyelashes. So I absolutely love doing my eyelashes in the morning. Like, that is what ties my entire look together. So we're going to be going over not only some of my favorite mascaras, but some of my favorite products I use to help make my lashes just look better. So first we're going to be starting with our mascaras. And of course, I'm going to have to put out here the Sky High mascara. Not the black one, just the regular like pink Sky High. I absolutely love this. This is great for separating lashes. The brush is very like bristle separating. It helps so much to make my lashes look good in the morning, and it stays on for a long time and it doesn't flake off. The consistency is like every other normal mascara. It dries very fast, and that's good for me because I don't like to have soggy mascara. That is my biggest pet peeve. The coverage is good. Like, you can honestly put like 3 swipes of this on and there you go. Your lashes are built up. They're good. So it really is volumizing, but it also helps separate your lashes at the same time. And the normal price for this is $11.99, but I actually got a pack at Costco for $20 for 3. So it worked out. I got 3 for basically the price of 1. So anyways, let's go ahead and move on to our next mascara. I will never ever let this mascara down. Like, I will always go back to it no matter how many expensive mascaras I've bought from Ulta or Sephora or brands online that I see. This mascara I will always run back to. Maybe it's because of the consistency or maybe it's because of the brush on the end, but I will always run back to the Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. This by far has been my favorite mascara. I think I've repurchased this probably like 6 or 7 times by now. I've been using this for over a year, and once again, it went viral on TikTok. A lot of people were looking at Lash Princess and talking about how cheap it was. This mascara is $5.99. So cheap. And for a cheap mascara, you guys would probably be like, oh, maybe it's not good, the consistency is weird. This is my favorite mascara. I've bought so many things from Ulta and Sephora and like tried so many things because, as I said, I'm easily influenced. And this one I have always gone back to. The coverage is amazing. It is so volumizing and it makes your lashes look so long, and there's so much product in this bottle. Consistency is like every other mascara, and it does help keep your lashes like curled. It dries enough just to make them look good all day. Our last mascara is more volumizing than separating, but it is the Better Than from Too Faced. I have the mini version here, but I have used the big one before, and I love this mascara. It does have a thicker consistency and is a little more clumpy, so it does help add a little bit of volume to your lashes. So if you're someone that likes having your lashes on the little bit of a thicker side, I definitely suggest this mascara, and it is very black. Like, it is very, very dark. It doesn't have any brown tone to it. It is very, very like raccoon kind of like looking mascara, and this one is a little bit harder to get off than the other two, but once again, it isn't really a drugstore mascara. Like, you have to find this in a Ulta or a Sephora, or even order it online. I definitely like this. I've been using this since like 5th grade, and I'm in 9th grade now for reference, and I love it. I mean, the coverage is good. It's a little bit clumpy for the consistency, but it is on a little bit of the pricier end. So if you're someone that likes getting like pricier mascaras, this one's definitely for you. I mean, I found this one at TJ Maxx for like $11, but the big bottles are pretty expensive. My next lash product is actually an eyelash curler. I absolutely love this eyelash curler that I got off of Amazon, and I will be linking any of these products that I can find on my Amazon storefront, and they will be down below. So this is a lash separating lash curler. I absolutely love it. It is so cute. It has little pink hearts on it, and up front is a little lash curler. Now this lash curler is lash separator. Lash separator is also like disconnectable, so you could just have a normal eyelash curler, or you could put it back on and you could have the curler on it. I absolutely love this. I mean, they have them on other websites as well, but the one on Amazon is honestly the best priced, and it comes like faster than all the other ones. I've used this one so much, and even if I use clumpier mascaras, this definitely helps separate it out and elongate my lashes. I love it so much. Gaming, I can't really rate it on like consistency or anything. We're gonna be moving on to our next eyelash tool. Now this one is a little bit on the cheaper end. You can get these off of Amazon. They are these little combs. Now you guys have probably seen these before, but these ones are reusable. So you use them and then you can wash them and use them again. I absolutely love these. In the morning, sometimes I'll put it behind my lashes and curl it up just to help separate them, and it works so good. The only downside to this one is it does like get little flakies all over you for trying to like, you know, brush them out. But if you do like your eyelashes before your base, this is definitely something for you and helps keep them nice and separated. Anyways, let's move on to brows. So I'm a big person for brows because in like the 5th grade, I plucked out all of my eyebrows and I didn't know that they wouldn't come back. So I'm definitely an eyebrow person. I have tried a ton of eyebrow pencils. I've tried stuff from Five Below, I've tried stuff from the dollar store, I've tried Maybelline, I've tried so many brands. I've tried e.l.f. Just nothing has been as good of a match in a like shade range as NYX. I absolutely love the NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil. It is my favorite. I use ash brown for my eyebrows, and on one side is your little top with your actual like pencil in it, and the other side is a brush. I have bought this probably 9 or 10 times. I mean, it is like $7.99, $8.99, so it is a little bit on the pricier side for your eyebrows, but I love it, and it lasts a long time. Even if you're one of those people who happen to make their eyelash like... Even if you're one of those people who happen to twist the top a little too far and it breaks off, you still have so much product inside that it is honestly worth it anyways. Finally, for our brows, I really love the e.l.f. Clear Brow and Lash Mascara. This just helps lock in my brows and keep it all day. It is more of like a gel consistency, but it does dry and it really does help keep your eyebrows together all day. Finally, we're going to be moving on to lips. So starting off strong, we have our Too Faced Lips Injection Maximum Plump. If you are someone that doesn't mind the tingliness of the maximum plump or just plumping lip glosses in general, then this is definitely for you. It is very pink and it is shiny and it just looks good overall, especially with like smiling. Like with your teeth, it just helps out really well. And okay, so my camera did unfortunately die, but now we are going to be moving on to lips. Our first product here for lips is going to be the Too Faced Maximum Plump Lip Injection Lip Gloss. I don't know what's going on today. My words are just jumbling. But anyways, this lip gloss has a plump to it, so therefore, if you're someone that doesn't mind the tingliness of plumping lip glosses, this one is definitely for you. Honestly, it does work. Like, it works pretty well, and it is pink and sparkly, so like, come on, who doesn't want to have some pink and sparkly lips? And this one does really make your lips like a little bit darker, so it does really help in making make your teeth pop. Honestly, this one has a normal lip gloss consistency. It is a little bit on the thinner side of lip gloss, and it covers really well in just like 1 or 2 swipes, and it's on a little bit of the pricier side, but it's a huge tube and it definitely is worth it. Now we're going to be looking at the Balm.com by Glossier. Now this is a product that has gone viral over all platforms of social media, just like some of these other makeup products, and it is worth it. I don't care if you don't like the new top. I absolutely love it. It's just more efficient and more sanitary, and there's so much in these little tubes. So I went and got this the day that Sephora dropped all of the Glossier stuff at their store, and I haven't stopped using it since. I love the birthday cake one. It does have like little glitters in it, and it just makes your lips look so like, I don't know, it helps moisturize so good. I absolutely love it. I don't know, this is just such a good, almost like lip gloss chapstick like in one, because it helps moisturize and it helps make your lips look super good. So for consistency, it is almost like a thin Vaseline. It definitely is very smooth on the lips. The application, you do have to go over a couple times to get like a full like lip, because you don't want to like squeeze it all out of the top and have it all over the place. So it does take a couple like tiny squeezes to go over the lips, and it is on like, I would say, the cheaper side for the amount of product inside of this. Finally, we're going to be looking at another Glossier product, which is their lip gloss. I absolutely love their lip gloss. I have been buying their lip gloss since 6th grade, so 3 years ago, and it is forever been my favorite. I will say that this is definitely on the thicker side, so when I use it, it like, it takes a couple of applications, not because there's no product, but because you've got to smooth out the thickness. Like, it really looks shiny. I love it, and there's just so much in these little bottles. I honestly don't know how they put that much in there, but it works great. I love the shade range. They have this like, they have really clear, they have the pinkish clear, they have reds, and they have golds, and it looks so good. I have owned almost all of the different shades, and I love them so much, and forever this will be my go-to lip gloss. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at some of my favorite makeup products in 2023 so far. I will be updating, of course, this video at the end of the year to see if anything has changed and if I found any makeup products to replace some of my favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please go down below, hit that subscribe button, like it up, and follow all of my other socials for some more content. Anyways, I love you guys all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!